If you're looking forward to the release of the PlayStation 5, there could be some exciting times ahead in the next couple of weeks, with a lot more information going to be revealed on the console itself, as well as the games you're going to be able to play on it, as Sony prepares to reveal the console to the public for the first time and show gameplay of it themselves, not including the Unreal Engine 5 demo we saw the other day. So when is this exactly going to be and what exactly is going to be shown? We'll go into that in a second, but before we do so, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is your place for all the latest gaming news. I specifically focus mainly on Nintendo, but I do also cover Sony and Microsoft with the PlayStation and Xbox, so please hit that subscribe button to support the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed the video and are excited to get the PlayStation 5 as well. So first of all then, I did report, I think a couple of weeks ago, probably going back 2 weeks, that the PlayStation 5 would have a reveal event from Sony early June, and I believe the date was June the 4th at that time. So this was a date that was reported by Jeff Grubb from VentureBeat, and he has actually been a source of a lot of information lately in regards to obviously Sony as he is now, and also Nintendo and a lot of stuff I've spoke about in terms of what's coming up with the Switch. So he's got a good track record, so that's why I kind of trust to make videos on his sources. But he has since clarified his tweet regarding when the PlayStation 4 might launch, and he's just changed it rather than from June the 4th to early June, saying that the PlayStation 5 event is potentially moving, and he's making a joke, but he's saying probably because he's maybe announced the date and they just want to sort of have an element of surprise to what is going to happen. And it should also be worth noting at this time, we are still in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, so things could be subject to change in regards to that. And this is again a rumour, so take it with a pinch of salt, though I do highly believe it's a very reputable source and is very likely to be the case. I mean, at the end of the day, we are running out of time to have a reveal for this event, but there is also more information that sort of links into this potentially being accurate as well. And that is the fact that Sony President and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida confirmed that games for the PS5 are being made by both first and third party developers, and we plan to introduce a compelling lineup of titles soon. That's what he mentioned in a recently corporate strategy meeting. However, he did not confirm a date the reveal would be, just saying soon. So again, June is soon and kind of lines up with what Jeff Grubb had to say. Yoshida also went further in sort of selling the immersive experiences that's going to be sort of expected and sort of felt when playing these games on the upcoming console. This is what he had to say on that matter. The launch of PlayStation 5, scheduled for the holiday season of this calendar year, will deliver even more immersive experiences on a console game. Higher speed, enhanced sensory perceptions generated by its revolutionary controller, and the sound delivered in 3D audio will be combining to realise truly next generation console games experiences, unlike anything before. Not selling himself short then with that statement, really going out and all guns blazing with words, if you like, in terms of how he thinks the PlayStation 5 is going to hit, how well the games are going to run, and how immersive and the experiences they're going to deliver are going to be so much higher than what you've experienced before. It is something worth getting excited about. Obviously he's trying to sell a console, but again, seeing what they have to offer, and if they can back up these words, it's something again I think is worth getting excited about, and I'm quite excited to see what they have to show for it when they do announce the console potentially in June, and the games that should also be able to be played on it. In regards to the actual launch date of the console then, they did also announce as a company last week that development is progressing with the launch of the PlayStation 5 scheduled for the 2020 holiday season, and they also mentioned that despite facing challenges within the coronavirus situation, this is what they had to say: the testing process and the qualification of production lines hasn't really altered too much the scheduled delivery of the console, so they are still expecting it to be launching in 2020 holiday season. So they acknowledge in the fact they've had challenges, but they're still determined that they're going to make that date for the PlayStation 5 launch. So even before Yoshida has spoke about all these games that are going to be shown off soon from first and third party developers, another thing Jeff Grubb had said in the past is that they had an entire slate of games ready to show on the console announcement event, or the reveal event that we spoke about earlier, that's going to be happening in early June. And in his exact words, replying to someone on Twitter, he just says there should be an entire slate of games, a lot. So there's not really any specifics as to what they might be or what sort of developers are involved, third party ones and first party ones, just that they're going to have a significant amount of games to show for the PlayStation 5, and whether they'll be launched or not is another question. I wouldn't thought they would all be, but yeah, you'll see a lot of gameplay and what you could expect from the console in the next year or two. Personally, I think there'll be a priority of first party games in that event, and I think with Sony and Microsoft at the moment, they're sort of playing cat and mouse in a way that they're trying to see what the other one does first before showing off what they have themselves, but they are both running out of time, and it's a case of who's going to blink first and show what they have first, I guess. And maybe Sony will in the end. We thought Microsoft would go into the other day with their event, but didn't really see too much from them, and now maybe Sony's going to say, okay, well, we're confident in what we've got and we're just going to show people anyway, because let's be honest, they hands down won the first party exclusive game war on the PlayStation 4 against the Xbox One, and that is Microsoft's focus is to catch up in that department. They did buy a lot of studios to do so, but we haven't really seen too much from them, whereas we know Sony is going to be continuing to make high quality first party games, and I guess they're going to focus on showing these because they know that's what won on this generation, so why would you change a winning formula, I guess, and they'll probably put all their eggs in that basket in terms of trying to sell out the console in this event, along with obviously the powerful hardware that they know is going to be enough in terms of, it's not going to be worse than the Xbox One, so Xbox Series X, sorry. Maybe slight differences, but they're going to be basically the same, let's be honest. So if that is the case, then it'll be up to Microsoft to sort of match it or beat that then with the later announcements themselves. They might see what the standards are going to be, and it's up to them to rise to that and allow the consumer to make a choice of where they'd rather buy the games. Because third-party games, if they're launching on both consoles, there's not really much to choose, or there's not really much reason to choose from one or the other, because they're going to run probably the same. So what do you think about all this then? Do you think the PlayStation 5 is going to be revealed early June, or do you think that is a load of rubbish and it's going to be later on? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what games you would like to see when the PlayStation 5 launches, or within the first year, what sort of Sony exclusive games would you like to see, or would make you buy a PlayStation 5 at launch. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you would like to keep yourself up to date with all the latest gaming news from Nintendo, Sony and Microsoft. I report daily basis at the moment, Monday to Friday, with everything that's available in terms of news at the moment. And don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, as that massively supports the channel as well. If you're still here, there's two videos on the screen. One will be the most recent upload, the other is recommended for you by YouTube, so check those out. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.